Oh, it's cold today. As I've got to do my usual run in to Lasse, plus today I'm visiting quickly my friend Julie. She's very kindly taking my parcels to the UK because the postage from here, as I've said before, is just, well, it makes it not worth sending anything to UK, to be perfectly honest. But as she's here and she goes back soon, she's going to take it with me and post it in the UK. It seems the sensible thing to do. So I'm taking it to her, and she's obviously not wrapping it because she's odds on it'll be our luck that the Dwayne's or at the border they'll unwrap it to see what she's got in the wrapping, so we left it open and she's going to wrap them for me, which is very kind of her. Also, I've got to go in and get a prescription from Lasse. Again, I can never remember which order these are going out, but yesterday afternoon we went with some friends to Laval, and we went to see the Celtic dance, Irish dancing, which is, you know, that's just, if you know river dance, you know what I'm saying. And it was absolutely chucking it down with rain. So we had to start up. I don't know why I didn't expect it to rain. I had my scarf over my head. So many people had umbrellas. I hate to carry an umbrella, to be perfectly honest, but I did regret it. And we got absolutely soaked through. By the time we got inside and sat down, my arms were wet inside the coat and everything. So I had to take the coat off. And we were lucky we were sat on the front of a block, and in front of us was like a railing. So we just hung our coats over that during the show in the hope that it would dry out. As it turned out, it didn't dry out very much, but it was a bit better. My friend that was with us lent me her cardigan because I'd only got a short sleeve top on, and again, stupid, I should have took more layers. I should know better, but I thought it might be hot in there with a lot of people. But anyway, the show itself was a bit slow to start, and obviously the dancing is always amazing. I love it. I mean, anything dancing, singing, music, I get very emotional. Always brings a tear to my eye. And yeah, we got to the interview, and I was starting to think, we all said about it at the time that it's okay, a bit slow. But they stepped it up. After the interval, they really stepped it up, and the dancing was fantastic. So I got choked up so many times. And there was a man playing a typical Irish song on what sounded like bagpipes, but it isn't, and it was like a long silver instrument, and I was choked up thinking about it. It was amazing. And I looked at my friend next to me. I said, "This is getting me." She said, "Same here, I've got a tear in my eye." And so it was that, and then they sung one of my favourite all-time songs, was the Lady Gaga one from the film. Again, I'm awful with titles. Shallow. Is it Shallow, I think? Something like that. But as soon as I heard the start, I thought, oh my God, they're going to play my song as well. But they did it their own way, and they put dance in, so it wasn't quite as I like it, but it was still very good. And what the whole thing was, there was a bit of a story about a father and son, and he was talking about Ireland through the ages, and he goes on a holiday with his son, and the story didn't lend itself at all. It just the show didn't need the story as far as we're concerned. We talked about it afterwards. Duncan thought it was sort of brought it together, but I just wanted more dancing. Every time that the father and son come out on the stage, where's the dancing? I want the dancing. And yeah, so it was good in the end. I can't even tell you how long we were in there in the end, but sadly the theatre was only about 2/3 full. Whether that's due to COVID, I don't know, but we had they were making sure everybody was safe. That's why we had to wait in the rain for so long, because everybody had to show their pass on their phones, so it slowed things up. Once we were in, the queue was even longer behind us, yet to say it's still only 2/3 full. So at the end we knew that coming out of there was going to be a nightmare to get out of the car park, so we just hung around inside for a while and just took our time. And so by the time we left, it was just a steady flow to get out of the car park. It wasn't queuing, it didn't make any sense to be queuing when you could be in the dry. So that's what we did. And so we had a nice evening in the end, and I think we got home for I don't know, 6:30, 7, something like that. So it was still quite early evening, which is always a bit weird when you go out and you come back and it's still early evening, and then it seems weird that you've still got the whole evening to go. So we just had a little bit of tea and a drink and that was it. So yeah, I just sort of give you this introduction to the tiny little snippets of the show, because I couldn't film very much because every time I put the camera up to film it, we weren't really allowed to, but there was lots of people doing it. It was so far away, you wouldn't really get that much of a show. I mean, the 2 bits I've got, Duncan managed to film, because he managed to zoom in. I just couldn't get that to work on my phone for some reason, but yeah, it gives you a little bit of an idea. And it's a brand new theatre. It didn't open, well, I say theatre, it's just an all events sort of place, and it opened in July. So it was nice to go in there and see what it was like, because we've been watching it go up for the last 3 years or something. So it was good to go and experience that. Yeah, so as I say, I'm on my way to my friend Julie's to drop these things off for her to post. I can't say what they are in case my children are watching, but they will find out when they arrive in December. And because of all this postage as well, I think I might have already said before, you have to remember, I'm a menopausal woman. I don't always remember everything I've told you. Like last year, I made them all. It made everybody presents last year, and I was really chuffed to have made them. And she posted them for me last year. We have 4 big boxes of presents I sent to them again. That's the second year I've done that. But this year, apart from the fact I'm not quite sure what to make them, and it's time as well. I've had time doing YouTube now to actually make a box of presents each for the children. So this year it's going to end up being having to order them something from Amazon or vouchers. I mean, I do think most of the children quite like to have their own money now and go and buy their own stuff. And if they can go and buy it in the sale after Christmas, all the better. So yeah, that's what I'm waiting to hear now, whether they want gifts or vouchers. So it's quite a nice sunny day now. It was freezing when I stepped out the front door. This friend, her house is tucked away in a tiny little hamlet, and nice little place. They live in Weston-super-Mare in the UK, and they have a outdoor wear shop. It's called Outdoor and Active. So if you ever want to Google them and look them up, and sell some great stuff. It's easy enough to find the link, I know. Just more a case of whether I remember. Frog in my throat. This afternoon it's art again. Last week we went and it wasn't there, basically. The room was all set up for a meal, and they hadn't bothered to tell the people that run the art, so they hadn't had time to tell anybody. And they ended up all at one of the ladies' house to do their art. She's got a lovely barn, so they all sat in there, but we didn't see the notice, so we ended up coming home. So we missed art last week, sadly. So we're going to make sure we go this week. I've decided I'm sketching. I don't know what I'm sketching, and Duncan's going to continue with the painting he started. We're nearly there now. Oh. Right, so I'm nearly there, so enjoy the little snippets, and I've got some other little bits to go up with this, so I hope you enjoy all of it, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye! Yeah, near the end of here. Oh. Yeah, there's grass on the end there.